plan itself. But since that time, there's been quite a number of projects that have been accomplished. I think the first and most important one is, where's Brian? Brian has been assigned full-time to Sunset, so he's there now and he's the point person. And since he's been there, a lot of the work that you see has been accomplished by a lot of the volunteers and a lot of the staff who come over to help keep the grass mowed or do some of the maintenance work here at Sunset. Just so, before I have our supervisor say a few words, or your supervisor say a few words, there's a few people in the room that you should probably know who they are. Carla Short, where are you? Back there. Carla is the queen of trees, and some of you know her, but she is in charge of public works, the urban forestry part of public works. And so she's a leader, and she's been on Sunset, I think, for many years, and has worked with some of you. Jennifer Cooper Sabo is our head of landscape architect. We have a landscape architect division, and there are quite a few landscape architects in the room, and so you'll meet them, as we go through today's process. And then we have our team that does a lot of our outreach for public works, and so they're here to take any comments or feedback that you have. But today is about really talking about the future of Sunset. When we last met, we tried to get a plan completed by the end of the year, and we were just trying to really piece it together to get all the pieces together so that we can bring all the relevant information to you, and you will hear that as we talk about the plan today. Some of the exciting things is we are trying to use some of the recycled water. There is a recycling plant down on this end of Sunset, and it goes to Golden Gate Park and runs along 38th Avenue, and we're trying to tap into there. So obviously, that's something we're working on. You'll hear a little bit about that. We're trying to secure the funding. When we last met, there were also a lot of hazardous trees, so most of the hazards have been cleared. So we're excited about that. We've been doing some wildflower plantings, just kind of sporadically, and so those will be incorporated into the plan. There's also been some planting of quite a number of trees from a grant that we got with a partnership with a nonprofit, and a good number have been planted, and we plan to do more tree planting. So before I introduce the supervisor, I would say what's exciting about a master plan is today you will be able to hear feedback from you. You'll be able to participate in the drawings and things that you want to see, and we'll be able to talk about the ideas that everyone has or the things that they want to see, and then we'll keep on developing that. But the master plan is a long-range plan, and so we've had to do that thinking so that we don't have to have some of the experiences that we had before. We really did not have a plan before. We were coming in and out, and when this city went through a drought, we had some huge setbacks, and since then we've come in and we've fixed the irrigation system. But when I say fix the irrigation system, it's not as easy as it's fixed and it's working and it's going to keep on working. These pipes are very old, and even though we did 100% fix a few months ago, just 2 weeks ago when we turned the system on, we still have pipes breaking, and so we're trying to fix them while we do the long-range planning. So, and at that meeting, we did hear a lot of comparison between Presidio and and Sunset, and I made a commitment we're definitely going to live up to the Presidio level and better. So I'm going to do that, and I told Carla we're going to keep on fixing these pipes, and we're going to see what we can do. Also, I think in the room is the Deputy Director of Operations, Larry Stringer. He's been hiding back there. I didn't notice. So he's the main man in the on the front line. Yes.
Would you introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I am Mohammed Nuru, and I serve as the city's Public Works Director. And so the Public Works Department has about 1,600 people who work there, and several divisions. In general, we do all the designs for the city buildings, all the city roads, do all the maintenance, and then we have an enforcement division. So I lead the agency, and I'm a landscape architect by training. So I'm very, very interested in Sunset, and I'm very, very interested in seeing it being a very sustainable project. project and one that we can all be proud of. And I think we've started that journey, but with everyone's input, we'll definitely know, all of us will know where we're going and what the boulevard will look like. But before we get into the actual details of what today's about, let me introduce